everybody? Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another episode of One Take Testing, the show in which I aim to show off a deck, give you a sense of how it plays, and let you know my thoughts all in one singular take. Now, if you were around for the 10-minute testing the other day, you know that TEARALAMENT is poised to be one of the top decks of the upcoming Power of the Elements format. But if you watched that episode through its entirety, which you should, I put ad breaks in there for a reason, then you'll know that there are a lot of ways to build the deck. The way that it's been dominating in the OCG is with the new Ishizu cards, but because we won't have those until November, we're going to have to improvise. While Pure is very powerful, I'd like to introduce you to Branded. So, the branded monsters, of course, are very powerful in any deck that aims to fusion summon, but they're exceptionally powerful in TEARALAMENT specifically. That's because branded opening discards for effect, not for cost, and as a result will trigger the effect of a card like Shaylin, a card like Hoffiness, or a card like Myru. As always, because we aren't really using our normal summon, we'll be able to play 3 copies of Lava Golem in that slot. That's what I'm trying today. And outside of that, ideally what this is going to add is just the ability to make something like a Mirror Jade at the end of our long combo. Now, keep in mind, you can still do a lot more with this strategy, maybe using like a Branded in Red main deck to go into a Guardian Chimera on your opponent's turn, but realistically, the TEARALAMENT monsters are already so good at fusion summoning on your opponent's turn, you probably don't need it. So, let's jump into Rated and see what we can make happen. So obviously we're going to want to win the die roll here, and we did! Oh shit, this is a terrible hand. Alright, we're going to normal summon this Aluber, the Boober of Doober. We're going to activate the effect here. Gee, I wonder if we even go for Branded Fusion. We could go for Branded Offering, pitching the Rhino Heart, then summoning the Rhino Heart. No, but we'd need a TEARALAMENT monster in hand. Fusion it is. All right, we'll go for Fusion here. We're going to activate the effect. We're going to send from our deck to our graveyard a copy of the Fallen of Valbaz, and I think we actually have to send, like a Myru. I guess Hoffiness is the one we care about the least. We're going to go Hoffiness 1, Lubellion 2. That way we can use the Lubellion to pitch a Squamata, summon a Winda with the Hoffiness, and then end on a Mirror Jade as well. Let's go Mirror Jade, 1, 2, here, and then the Hoffiness resolves. We'll make Winda. One downside of this is we aren't going to be able to trigger the effect of the Squamata. But this is still a fine board, you know, Mirror Jade Winda from a hand like that where we actually had to use our normal. I'm feeling okay. Let's just pass back to our opponent. All right, let's see what they're up to. It's Shrug, so I imagine it'll be Drytron. 6 cards off the top of the deck. I don't know how Drytron intends to beat Winda, but I'm interested in finding out. I imagine that this Pot of Prosperity will be instrumental in whatever they do. Dark Ruler No More in a going first deck. I just like Dark Ruler No More in general right now. I think blind, it's not a bad inclusion in the main. Oh, it's Splight. Oh, it's Adventure Splight. That is a cute deck. And also does not beat Winda. They're going to have to open Dark Ruler No More or Forbidden Droplet if they want out of this one. I guess Imperm as well could do it. Gosh, if you aren't excited for Splight, then you probably should sit the next couple of months of Yu-Gi-Oh! Out. If you're not playing TEARALAMENT or Sprite, this next month is going to be rough. Exo Sister is also potentially playable, and we will have a 10-minute testing on that up sometime this month, but I'm going to be honest with you, Exo Sister is mad cope. It exists specifically because those 2 decks were so intensely dominant, and if the meta is any more open in the TCG than it was in the OCG, then we're going to have a problem. Did I say Sprite? Man, I want it to be Sprite so bad. Like, it just makes sense that it would be called Sprite, but no, it is Splight. Exo Sister are the evil swarm of the upcoming meta? Absolutely correct. Who said that? Thankful Guardian? Thank you so much for that analogy. That is so on point. Okay. Splight Red. If you control a level 2 Link 2 monster, you can special this card from your hand. You contribute another one to negate a monster effect. I think this is weird, but I probably do Mirror Jade this. The reason is because there's a scenario where they're able to use this to chain some 2s together. I mean, they are still under Winda, but let's plan for the worst. We'll send an Albion here. Okay. Get him out of here. That's my only point of interaction, so this Winda is going to have to do the rest of the work for us. Starter, that's a good special. Okay, Jet is fine. Jet can search the other quick play. Now what? Okay. Okay. And that's pretty much what I expected. We'll trigger the Albion at the end step. We can just go get Branded Fusion again, right? Oh, opening with Rhino Heart in hand? Opening with Rhino Heart in hand is actually pee-pee poo-poo, isn't it? Yeah, we'll take the Fusion. We only get one Fusion summon anyway, so we might as well make it count. Oh, you're kidding me. Branded lost? Oh, you shouldn't have. Well, if you insist, I suppose I will activate Branded Lost off the top. Let's hope Winda dies on the next ban list. I think you are seeing right now a reason why it might. All right, let's go for the Branded Lost here. I wonder what we even want to summon. Lubellion's probably fine. I think I want to send Squamata. Yeah, we're going to send Nullius, Fullius, and Squamata. You might be thinking, Joseph, why aren't you going for a tier element monster? Because we're still under Winda. I have no problem being under Winda. This is a really formidable board, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll see if we can draw a card off this beast. Oh, Rhoda. That's a fun one. It gets us a Rhino Heart, which we already have. We'll go for Rhino Heart here. Just dump a card to the graveyard. Just good, I think, to have these guys in grave. Hoffiness is the least powerful one. So that if we ever draw a way to fusion summon from the graveyard and we are no longer under Winda, we can potentially make it work. This is lethal, so our opponent's going to have to do something here. Nice Tier Element deck. Hey, there's a Tier Element on board. There's a Tier Element on board. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not get too crazy. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Though it doesn't look like a Tier Element deck, the Tier Elements did win the game by making exactly Winda. So, you know, what do you have to say about that? Oh, they're thinking. What could they possibly be thinking about? At end of main, they have the capacity to Veiler. So they could Veiler our Winda to get an extra special. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to do what they want. This keeps them from dying, I believe. 3, 25, 15. Oh, no, it doesn't. They're at 55. Good luck, idiot. The game is now done. Whoo! Looking clean, looking clean. So we're back with the deck, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, Joseph, you made Winda going first versus Splight. You're so good. Yes, I am. I'm a genius. Not anyone can assemble this level of intellectual play, but I can. In general, I do like this build of the deck, and I think it's probably what I'm going to be playing week 1, just because I'm already so comfortable with the branded stuff. The ability to send cards for effect via branded opening resolves one problem of the deck, which is getting caught on too many copies of the tier elements that don't special themselves. Branded Fusion gives you something to do, even if your opponent is super targeted at your tier element monsters with ways to banish them from the graveyard. It allows you to fusion summon like a Mirror Jade, which is still enough to crack boards in general. I think maybe I would commit to like a branded in red main deck over something like a Lost, so we can play a Chimera in the extra over something like a Muddy Mud Dragon. But outside of that, I really do like the direction this deck is going. I think that this will be one of the more popular ways to play branded and tier element together in a post-Pote metagame, and I think that probably it will be one of the most successful builds of the deck after Pure and Melfi.